Hey, what's up guys? I just got Apple's new iPad Pro with the M4 chip. This is their new Pencil Pro and this is their new Magic Keyboard. And it is a fantastic tablet. I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to review it. I'm going to lightly compare it to the iPad Pro with the M2 chip. This is also a fantastic tablet, and in the end I'll give you guys my opinion whether it's not worth upgrading or not, basically from the M2 to the M4. And the short answer is pretty much no in most cases. Got all the Face ID stuff. The camera is finally in landscape mode, because with all the other iPads, it's always been in portrait mode right there on the top, and finally they put it in landscape mode, which is really good. Oh, so it's easier if you want to do video calls and stuff. They did get rid of one of the cameras, so it is a single camera. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to it. You got the volume buttons, you got the power button, it will do face unlock, you got the USB-C, and looks like some speakers right there, and looks like some speakers right there. So this should sound pretty good, because the iPad 2 with them, the older iPad, and I don't even want to call it older, because the M2 chip is not really old. I mean, I guess it's been around for a little bit of time, but still. So yeah, there that is. We do get the Apple charger. This is probably the 20 watt. Yeah, that's the 20 watt. And we got a USB-C to USB-C. And let's see how much this matches the color of it. Yeah. All right, let's look at the Pro case. Wow, this thing feels solid. Oh man, this thing is legit. Does it bend more than that? No, it doesn't bend more than that. But then you can adjust this. So we will put the iPad. Oh wow, the keyboard feels good. So this is the new Pencil Pro. It does say Pencil Pro here. This is the second generation pencil, which just pencil, and they are identical in shape and size. The Pencil Pro can do a little bit more, but they're pretty much identical, and because they're both magnetic, they can actually attach, well, kind of attach to each other. So real quick, I wanted to do a performance test. I ran a Geekbench test, and I have the M4 on the left, the M2 on the right, and as you guys can see from the single core performances, there's actually a pretty big gain from the M4 versus the M2, and the same is true for the multi-core. However, because these are both iPads, they're both buttery smooth. So if I'm scrolling through something, assuming I actually am able to scroll, I mean, these things are incredibly smooth. Like, can I actually tell a difference between these? No, I honestly can't, because they're both incredibly smooth. Even the M1 was smooth, and even some of the iPad Pros before it. Really, when the 120 Hertz came out, that's when things became smooth. If I want to open up Netflix and I want to click play, they both start at the same time, basically. So, I mean, can I even tell a difference between the two? I really can't. Point of comparing it to the M2 was to say that unless you're doing something crazy like editing or playing some hardcore games or something like that, you're really not going to notice much of a difference between the two. I mean, at the end of the day, the M4 is faster. It's supposed to be a little bit better. The screen's supposed to be a little bit better as well, but just in the general scheme of things, the M2 iPad Pro is really a phenomenal iPad. So I don't think it's worth the upgrade just from my short experience of using this, unless they bring AI or something that can really utilize the M4's chip. But let's talk about the pencil a bit. So you do have that hover feature that was available with the second gen, so I'm not actually touching this stuff. And what you could do is, let's say if I go to Procreate, I am not an artist, so don't judge me. Or if you want to judge me, go ahead, but you know, I'm basically not an artist. So I'm going to draw my house. Man, that is a horrible house. If I want to draw a tree or something, fact, I could have picked a different color for that. Oops. And then I could pick like a different brush type. I don't know. Artistic. Aurora. Let's do that. So that kind of looks cool. And put some grass or something. And maybe put like a little river in the back. But I mean, you guys get the point that this thing, it's awesome. You could do the double tap, which will go to the erasing thing. You could control this stuff. Okay, now I'm talking about Procreate. I actually got this app just because it looked cool, and I thought it would be a good way of demonstrating what the Pro can do with a pencil, because I could see a lot of artists using the iPad because this thing is super crazy, and it comes with some sample stuff that people drew this stuff. Okay, I don't know why that disappeared. There it is. So I guess someone drew this with this program, which is pretty crazy. I'm not going to do that because I don't have the skill to do that. And then you can also pinch. In fact, when you pinch, you feel it. There's like a little bit of a haptic feedback when you pinch, and that gives you additional options. So the pencil, which is only compatible with the M4, the newest Apple Pencil is only compatible with the iPad M4. So now let's concentrate on the Magic Keyboard, and this is an accessory that really elevates the iPad because it's very nice. It's very nice in aluminum, and I keep saying very nice because it is. We have the escape key, which is new. I didn't get the last Magic Keyboard for the M2 because it didn't have the escape key, and I'm like, it's not a keyboard without an escape key. Even if you could map some stuff, it's like, no thanks. So you can make the screen dimmer or brighter if you want to directly from here. You could search for stuff. So if I want to open up Netflix, it just makes it really easy. Makes it more feel like a laptop. Control the volume and things like that from here. The typing experience is really good. The keys are very premium. So let's do a test of that. There it is. I just typed some random stuff. The quick brown fox jumped over the mountains of the water and went on a hike to eat ice cream at the top of the world. So there it is. I just wanted to eat some ice cream, and that just came to my mind as I was typing, even though I thought of that earlier and I had typed something similar to that. Okay. So, and then the trackpad is also really nice as well. So obviously you could scroll with the trackpad just like you would on, it's very similar feel to the MacBook if you were going to a website. And I was actually searching for like how to make it, how to make the trackpad, when you touch it, it changes the settings. So I like that. So basically for that, I actually just went to the settings, and I went to general, and then I went to trackpad, and from there I was able to make it, if I tap it, it's a click. But one really cool thing that I like about the iPad, so when I'm using the trackpad, notice when I get to this arrow, the back arrow, it actually fills it up. Whereas normally it's just like a circle, then when I come here, it takes that shape, which is really cool. I actually like that. So yeah, this is where I went to play with the settings of the trackpad. And yeah, I mean, just a very premium, very laptop-ish type of feel. And I don't see why they wouldn't release macOS as an option for people. I like iPad OS, but I mean, these things are getting so powerful that you can actually run that. So now let's play a game. And we'll just do a quick audio test. So I came to one of my videos just so there's no copyright. And I'll press play just so you guys could hear it. The interface, this can be managed via Netgear inside or locally. So we get requires registration for full warranty entitlement. We get installation guide, so it pretty much kind of tells us.
変わってるけど面倒見のいい人だな。 匂いからも正義感の強さを感じる。
So it's really clean. Sound is really good. Quality is really clean. Now to summarize, this new iPad Pro, which I sometimes call a MacBook Pro by accident, but this new one with the M4 chip is amazing. It's very fast, very responsive. Speakers are good. Screen is good. Everything about it is really, really good. The only one slight improvement I would make to it is them putting Wi-Fi 7 on it instead of Wi-Fi 6E. Granted, Wi-Fi 6E is still pretty amazing. So, generally, fantastic laptop. And if there's enough interest, I'll also compare it to my Samsung tablet, the Galaxy Tab S9 Plus, which this is also a fantastic tablet. If you're in the Android world, fantastic overall. But everything about it is really, really, really good. But the big con about this tablet is its price. I mean, it's very expensive for a tablet. I mean, you could literally pick up a pretty good laptop for this, and the laptop can do more than this tablet. The question you got to ask yourself is, obviously, if you're like, okay, I'm thinking about getting a tablet or a laptop, like which one should I get? It depends what you're going to use it for. Obviously, a laptop can do more, unless they bring Mac OS to this later on in the future, but typically laptops can do more. The advantage of the tablets are they're fast. So they're pretty much always on. It's kind of like a big phone. That's how I see it. I open it up, I could watch a show, the speakers are really good. I could connect, Bluetooth and stuff to it. So, I mean, it's great. I could browse the web. It's really simple. It's very lightweight, very portable. I could take it traveling. It's just a fantastic thing to have. So it just really depends, if I have a good laptop, then I would consider this. If I don't have a good laptop, if I'm only going to surf the web and just do basic stuff, I probably would prioritize a tablet over a laptop. But if I'm trying to do anything else or, write up reports and things like that, I mean, you could do it on this, but honestly, I'd prefer a laptop for that. If you have the M2 or even an M1 iPad Pro, is it worth the upgrade? I mean, it really depends. If you're editing videos and stuff, you're going to see, a performance gain with this thing. If Apple releases some AI stuff, there might be some performance gains for that. But one really cool thing is that they put the camera in the landscape mode. So I usually didn't like to use FaceTime on the iPad because I'd have to carry it like this and I'd put it like this or something like that, which would be okay because this case would allow it, but it was always kind of awkward. Because laptops, it's always in the center, it should have always been here. So I really like that they put that there, and that's actually a pretty important change. So if you're one to do meetings and you have a Magic Keyboard, well, now it's normal. It's not gonna, you don't have to put it in some weird position or something like that. So there are certain advantages that, yes, it is worth it, but if you're going purely based on a performance aspect and, you don't really use FaceTime, and things of that nature, I mean, is it worth the upgrade? Probably not, honestly, because this thing is already really, 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 really good as it is. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.